Every fan loves the idea of drafting a superstar late in the first round, and while we already covered 5 high upside targets who could fit that bill in a recent video, which you can find right up here, building a real contender requires a different kind of player. Today, we're pivoting to the unsung heroes. Here are 5 high floor prospects the Canucks can target at 24th overall, players with pro habits and defensive structure that coaches absolutely love. Here's who Vancouver should be looking at. So we're going to start off right off the bat. First name, Alexander Command, 18 years old. He's a center, 6'1", 183 pounds, shoots left. His stats were 17 goals and 27 assists in 30 games played. His central scouting final rank is number 11 amongst European skaters. Unfortunately, the cat might be out of the bag when it comes to Alexander Command. Once hovering around the late first in most draft circles, many believe that Command's mix of dog-on-a-bone mentality and soft skills has catapulted him into the top 20 contention, but one can always dream. While he may lack a truly elite defining characteristic to warrant such a high pick, Command consistently impacts the game through intelligence, work ethic, and attention to detail. Command supports the ice incredibly well while maintaining strong off-puck awareness, and rather than sit back and wait for the play, he places himself into the mix and creates things for himself. He's dedicated to his defensive craft, while also possessing enough vision and touch to contribute on the score sheet. He's a coach's darling, bringing a brand of hockey that rarely falters off its course. He led all U18 skaters at the J20 level in Sweden, racking up 44 points in 30 games to lead Örebro in that regard. Will that offense grow with him as he jumps up the ranks? We do believe there is enough skill to contribute in a mid-range fashion. Now, if he doesn't, he brings a very safe third-line center projection with the potential to add more to your middle six and special teams. Simply put, Command feels like a prototypical pro center that you win with late in the season, and the Canucks need players who understand their assignments, elevate their teammates, and can be trusted in serious situations. He's not incredibly flashy, he just works. Next up, we have Ilia Morozov, who we've talked about already on this channel and in a previous video. Miami University, 17 years old, center, 6'3", 200 pounds, shoots left, 8 goals, 12 assists in 36 games played. His final central scouting rank is number 10 amongst North American skaters. Depending on how things go with the Canucks' first pick of the 2026 draft, Ilia Morozov could be a perfect complementary piece to round out the opening round. We've also spoken about that in that same previous video as well. The Russian forward already possesses many of the attributes that NHL organizations covet in a middle six center. He brings size, intelligence, and a mature understanding of how to impact the game without necessarily dominating the score sheet. Morozov is a player who wins with his mind, rarely forcing plays and relying instead on strong positioning, efficient puck movement, and the ability to anticipate developing situations. As this year's youngest player within the NCAA circuit, Morozov consistently demonstrated a willingness to engage physically while maintaining a strong defensive structure. He's the type of player coaches quickly come to trust because his mistakes are infrequent and his effort is rarely questioned. While his offensive game may not be his calling card, that isn't to suggest there's nothing in the toolkit. Morozov has flashed legitimate playmaking ability and possesses enough touch around the net to contribute offensively. The debate among scouts revolves around whether those flashes can become a consistent part of his identity. There is a decent chance that Morozov's mature skill set has him gone by the time the clock strikes at the 24th pick for Vancouver. Yet if he does manage to slip, he could become a valuable middle six center capable of contributing in all situations. Next up, we have Maddox Dagenais from the Québec Remparts, 18 years old. He's also a center, 6'3", 196 pounds, shoots left, 30 goals and 32 assists in 62 games. His Central Scouting final rank is number 15 amongst North American skaters. The son of former NHL forward Pierre Dagenais enjoyed a breakout campaign, finishing second on the Québec Remparts with 62 points in 62 games. Like many we speak on today, he brings the physical dimensions organizations crave while continuing to expand the offensive side of his game. In addition to that natural-born size, his offensive game grew over the season, using his above-average size to create space for himself and find the guts of the ice. And for a 6'4" build, says he's 6'3", but it's okay. Dagenais moves reasonably well and has shown encouraging touch around the offensive zone. The obvious question is whether his game warrants enough skill to generate at the next level. At this stage of the draft, that's usually an obvious question, and given the intangibles we know he will bring, he's a worthy bet in the late first and early second rounds. As a player who seemed to get better as the season wore on, the Canucks would essentially be betting that Dagenais his upward development trajectory will continue. Next up, we have Brooks Rogowski of the Oshawa Generals, 17 years old. Lots of centers in this one, but look at the height: 6'7", 6'7", 235 pounds, shoots right. 45 games played, 15 goals, 27 assists. His Central Scouting final rank is number 21 amongst North American skaters. You don't have to watch Brooks Rogowski for very long to understand why NHL teams are fascinated by his potential. Of all the names on this list, he's probably the least likely to shatter his future projection, but we, of course, saw a player like Michael McCarron land a 6-year deal. You know there's a spot for him in a lineup, and you can almost guarantee Rogowski will play games. The towering center possesses a size that remains a rare commodity in 2026, standing at, as we mentioned, an incredible 6'7", 230-plus pounds. Rogowski uses his frame effectively to shield defenders, establish positioning around the net, and extend offensive zone possessions. Once he gets inside, he becomes extremely difficult to move. With just 65 points, 26 goals, 39 assists across 2 seasons, which were 112 games, with the Oshawa Generals, his stat sheet doesn't necessarily jump out as first-round worthy. But there are tangible skills within, and he has steadily improved his playmaking while continuing to develop confidence with the puck. Now, entering the draft, he's shown that he's more than just a net front specialist, displaying flashes of creativity and understanding of how to support teammates offensively. As you might imagine from such a towering presence, his biggest challenge is pace. He will need to continue improving his skating and overall consistency if he hopes to maximize his sizable gifts. Even so, power centers with a dash of offensive upside remain a coveted combo in the NHL, and Rogowski represents an opportunity to add legitimate size down the middle combined with scoring potential. Now, if everything clicks, the Canucks could emerge from the draft with a player capable of impacting games in multiple ways down the lineup, but is 24th overall a tad bit too early for Rogowski. Next up, we have Jack Hextall from the Youngstown Phantoms of the USHL, 18 years old, center, 6 foot, 188 pounds, shoots right, 20 goals and 38 assists in 59 games played. His Central Scouting final ranking is number 34 amongst North American skaters. Jack Hextall is a tough one to peg in terms of his draft stock. Depending on who you ask, he could easily be available to the Canucks at 33, but it's just as realistic to see him gone before 24. The latter is mainly due to a strong floor that teams who are simply looking to stick with a safe projection on a player who's likely to play up the middle on your middle to bottom six in the future. The American center has quietly developed into one of the more dependable two-way forwards projected in this portion of the draft. Like Morozov, Hextall consistently shows a mature game, bringing structure and tons of juice with every shift across all 3 zones. He processes the game exceptionally well and is rarely caught out of position. Offensively, Hextall's ceiling remains the primary question. While he has shown flashes of creativity and enough finishing ability to remain productive, he doesn't possess the dynamic traits often associated with top 6 projections. but they do show up in flashes, evidenced by his near point-per-game season at the USHL level, 58 points in 59 games. For Vancouver, Hextall checks several boxes. Should they decide to fade the center position with their top 3 pick, Hextall could provide a solitary secondary option to fill a role behind Braden Coots for years to come. So, let me know in the comment section down below, what do you guys think about these 5 high-floor prospects? What do you guys think about Jack Hextall, Morozov, Rogowski? Do you think it's a little too early to consider Rogowski? Or do you like that 6'7" frame of his? Let me know what you guys think about Dagenais. And, of course, Alexander Command. Will he maybe be gone by the time the Canucks come up to the podium at 24th overall? Let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think. And of course, if you guys enjoyed this video, on your way out, you can like the video and you can also subscribe to the Line Change for more Canucks and draft related content as we get closer and closer to the draft. We are about a week or a little over a week away. Also, you can become a member of the Line Change by hitting that join button to receive exclusive perks, members-only videos, behind the scenes, and early access to videos such as like the one you're watching right now, and an important message from our friends at DraftKings. It all comes down to this: a best-of-7 battle, and DraftKings has you covered every step of the way. The DraftKings Sports app is now available in all 50 states and includes all markets. Sweat every shift of the series all in one place with one app. New DraftKings customers sign up with code THPN, spend $5 to get $200 in rewards within 21 days. That's code THPN in partnership with DraftKings. The crown is yours.
Bet with DK Sportsbook. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 1-800-MY-RESET. New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY. Connecticut, call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino in Kansas, that text pass-through may apply in Illinois. 21 and over. Void in Ontario. Event contract trading with DraftKings predictions involves risk of loss. Sportsbook bonus bets expire in 7 days. $50 in predictions dollars issued weekly for 3 weeks expire in 1 year. Redeem one non-withdrawable reward. Availability varies. Predictions offer void in New York. Ends June 28th. Terms at dkng.co/audio.
Thank you guys for watching, and as always, I'll catch you guys in the next video.